welcome to Genny B Beauty. I wanted to do a glam look today. I haven't had an opportunity to do one up until now, and I only got a chance to do this one simply because my husband's awesome and he bought me the Faced Chocolate BonBon eye palette, and I was so excited, mostly because he totally did it on his own volition. Like, I didn't ask for it. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, I was so excited when I opened it. I mean, look at that sparkly color in the middle and the purple, and there's some beautiful matte tones and that pop of pink. Oh, I'm so excited to play with that pop of pink. Okay, so this first color I believe is Satin Sheets, and I'm putting it all over my lid because I wanted a really sparkly, just really pop on my eyes look. So I went from lash line to lid, and I did put on my primer. You saw me do that. And there's me pointing out where it is. And it smells so good. The whole palette smells like yummy candy chocolate goodness. So here I am just sweeping on the other eye. And Satin Sheets is really pretty. There's two bigger colors in this palette. And Satin Sheets is like the sparkly, kind of champagne-y nude color. And then there's another color on that palette. I should have it in front of me so I can talk about the colors better, but see that other one in the top left of the palette? That one's got less sparkle to it, but it's not as bad. So here I'm putting on the transition color, and I'm just putting it in my crease. I do want this to be a really like smoky, very diffused look. I know I say that a lot, diffused, but that's the only way I know how to describe it. So I am going to create a smoky cat eye look. So if you saw my other video where I talked about the two different eye looks, where there's the cat eye and there's the halo eye, I am going with a more cat eye here. So I did decide to put a little bit of that transition color on my lid because I knew I was going to be putting on a brighter sparkly color later, and I didn't want it to be too white looking. So I put on that darker transition color over Satin Sheets. And here I'm putting on the sparkliest shade in the palette. I'll make sure to list the different shadow colors in the description below since I'm not verbally saying it out loud. And I'm just packing it on my lid. Now because this one has a lot of sparkle in it, I'm not brushing it on. I chose a flat eye shader because I wanted to pack it on. I didn't want there to be too much fallout. But if you watch, there's fallout still a little bit. You can see sparkles here and there. Now here I'm just doing the same thing with that sparkly kind of gray tone and carrying it down right by my tear duct. I just wanted that same pop of color there. This is such an interesting color. It on the palette, and especially on camera, it looks really green, but it's not that green when it's on your eyelid. It's very cool to watch it go from like this really green tone to a very smoky grayish, but with a slight very flattering green tone to it. Anyway, I think it's a beautiful color. So here I took my pencil brush and I put it on that V shape in the corner of my eye like I talked about in my cat eye video, and I'm taking a eyeshadow dome brush and I'm smoothing it out. Like, it was just smoking it out. There was no additional pigment on it. So here I haven't put any new pigment on my pencil brush, but I am just moving the pigment around a little bit more, and there's still like traces of pigment on that pencil brush. So there you got a pretty good view, and I'm really excited. Did you see that wiggle? I was really excited. So here you get a better view of the exact shape that I'm creating with this darker shade. Now anytime you're going for the contour shade on your eyeshadow, you have to either be really precise with your color or know exactly how you're going to move it around, because otherwise that's how you get that black eye look if you don't have purpose in your contour shade. If it gets out of control, it can be kind of messy. So blend, 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 blend. Just a little more depth with that color, adding no additional pigment, but just kind of pushing around what I've already got. My mom was watching me do this makeup look, so if you see me talking in this video, it's because I was talking to her. And Lucy comes to visit a few times. And here I'm just putting on a little bit more of that sparkly shade. Not very much. It was mostly just because I wanted to make sure there wasn't any lines of color between the dark and the whiter shade. And I just went back in with Satin Sheets to blend out even more that contour color against Satin Sheets. I just put a little bit more on there to kind of blend it more. Now I'm just taking that dark shade, that dark green smoky shade, and I'm putting it on my lash line, but I'm only going from about my pupils out, and I don't want to pull it all the way through because I didn't want to close my eye off. When you pull dark colors all the way around your eye, it can really close off your eye, but if you leave it open towards the center, it leaves it a little more awake and open. Here I'm just connecting my lower lash line with that cat eye look. I was taking my pencil and I was pushing the pigment out towards the cat part of my look, the outer corner, and I just wanted to make sure that they blended well. Now here is my handy dandy KatVonD liquid liner, and I'm only showing one eye because it's kind of redundant doing two eyes, but I always start in the center of my lid and my eyes are open. That is the best tip I can give you, is make sure your eyes are open and that you're just looking down just a little bit, because if you close your eye, it's going to change the shape of what it looks like when it's open, and it's really difficult to get a proper shape, and you usually have to pull your eyelid tight. Well, that's not good for your eye skin. So I start in the center of my eye, and I basically just line as close to my lash line as I can get. And I go all the way to the edge of my eye. That is another thing I see. Ooh, little mistake. Little fix here. Happens to everybody. I take the black line all the way down to the edge of my eye. Now, I did this for a long time, and I see a lot of women doing this too. They're not pulling their black eyeliner all the way down to the corner of their eye, and it's cutting off the shape of their eye. You want your eye to be as big as possible. That's the most attractive look that we seem to all be going for. So if you want to really do your eye justice, pull that black line all the way down. Find the corner of your eye. It's farther than you think. Pull it all the way down, then create that line from the edge of your eye. I aim for in between my brow and the top of my ear. It just looks best on my eye. If I have a little bit of a double lid, and if I pull my eyeliner too high, it just looks really strange when my eyes open, so I have to kind of pull it down a little bit. This is the Better Than Sex Mascara from Too Faced, and these are my Lily lashes in Miami. Here I'm just letting the glue dry a little bit and let it get tacky, because if you put it on wet, it's really difficult to get it to go where you put it. And this one gives me a little bit of trouble. So I had to kind of pull it off and put it back on and push it in and play with it, which can happen. But I love these lashes. They're very dimensional. They're not flat, and they're mink lashes, so they are a little more expensive, but I've really enjoyed the look and the feel of the mink lashes, and they last forever. They last for like 20 to 25 uses. Now this is my Too Faced liquid lipstick in, I think it's Melted Pony, I believe. And this was a new shade for me. I actually got it for Valentine's Day, and it just goes really well with this chocolate bonbon palette. And I love the finish that this comes to. It doesn't dry out my lips. It doesn't make me, because I have really dry skin, like insanely dry skin. And I just like the way it wears on my lips too. This is the Physician Formula's Translucent Pearl. I think it's a highlighter, but I'm not sure if they call it a highlighter. I think it's a mineral highlighter. Anyway, I took this shade and I just created a little bit of highlight on the top of my cheekbones. You can see it a little better there. Highlight, a lot of times, it's all about lighting. A little bit on the edge of my nose, and I like to put a little bit here, a little bit there. Now, I wanted to intensify the highlight a little bit, so I put a liquid highlight on top of the powder. Typically, you want to do liquid first. I had to be, very light-handed and careful when I put this on. Should have been liquid first, but, sometimes life's not perfect. There's Lucy. And that highlighter is a little bit older, so it's kind of drying out. So I really need to reinvest, but it's Benefit High Beam. It's very pretty, pearly color. And I just wanted to blend out my contour here, so I was just making sure that I didn't have a brown stripe on my cheek. I really love doing this look, and I hope that I can do a little bit more with it. I really enjoy being able to play with new stuff, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Please comment, like, let me know what you think. I really enjoy. Those are my newest products that I used in this video. Bye-bye.